Your local family restaurant is always full and your patrons love it, but it's not big enough or centrally located. That's why husband and wife duo Michael and Michelle opened Lovefish, an upmarket seafood restaurant in Barangaroo with 4 times the capacity of their original suburban eatery. But with the move came a number of challenges. How do you create the same customer loyalty? How do you ensure that the dining experience is as good, if not better? Let's find out how they did it.
Looks delicious, Michelle. And your whole restaurant looks fantastic. So we know that the eating out industry in Australia is vast. I think it's $45 billion is spent per year. There's 85,000 places to eat, and there's 22,000 restaurants in Australia.
Yep.
So what gave you the courage and what gave you the focus to actually make the plunge to start this beautiful restaurant, which in itself has about 50 other competitors around this area?
That's correct. I think what's really important is that you come up with a really great product, and then you believe in your product, and you have a really strong ethos and core values around your business model, and then really the consistency in delivering that product. So for us, it was seeing a unique gap in the market and understanding our local community at the time that was Rozelle, and understanding too that this was something that we were looking for as a family, and then having the belief that others would be looking for that too. I think one of the biggest transitions for us coming from Rozelle to here was coming from a 50-seater to a 200, was that I wasn't able to personally greet every guest that came through the door. So it was having the faith to pass on those skills and really training through staff so that they were able to also be the face of the business for me and understand the core values that help create our brand to be what it is today. So we have an amazing online booking system. It enables us to track the way that people dine, that our regulars dine. We're able to make notes in there and put down their preferences for seating, their favourite wine, when their birthday is, the names of their children. So it enables us to create a profile for a customer that perhaps before I would retain myself, but now whenever they book and they show up, all the information is there for my staff.
The guests have had a wonderful experience here, 5, 6, 7 nights a week. How do you ensure that those people keep coming back?
That is absolutely the challenge, there's no doubt about it. In upscaling a business to this size, it is a huge challenge for us. So we just go back to our core values, trying to maintain quality, consistency of service, making every customer feel special regardless of whether they're a passing tourist or a long-time regular.
But doesn't every restaurant say the same thing? Why is Lovefish different?
I think because we started from such a locally based community restaurant, that really was our foundation for success. Without customer loyalty, Lovefish would not be here today. That's really what drove our brand, and I think the organic word of mouth, that I think we understand the importance of it rather than going straight into a site of this size.
I'm a big believer in the fact that you can tell a lot about an organisation when things go wrong.
Yes.
As a restaurateur, you obviously have people who are not always going to be thrilled with the service. What do you do with someone who's complaining or is not happy with the experience?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things is to train your staff to pick up on this before they leave the restaurant. Right. Customer retention is a really, really important part of our business.
Customer acquisition is the sexy part.
Absolutely.
Retention is where you get rich.
Absolutely, and that's also the most difficult part. So the staff are trained to be able to understand when perhaps the guest experience has not been to the expectation that we would have, and to notify your manager and get in there straight away. I love being on the floor. I'm on the floor as often as possible, and I will be the first person to go to a table, introduce myself and say hi, and ask them how we could have made their experience better.
And people obviously appreciate that.
Absolutely. I think there's always a difference, particularly in a venue this size, there's always a difference when you go over and explain that you're the business owner and that you're genuinely concerned about their
that you care.
That you care, and that you're there to make sure that they've enjoyed their restaurant experience. There's nothing I love more on a really busy night to come down and I go around to all the tables and ask how they're enjoying their experiences.
Which is not something that most people would experience from the restaurant owner, unless it's a very small restaurant, as you say, from
That's
Rozelle.
right. Yes, I think in a small restaurant environment, people expect the owner to be there. Yes, of course, in these larger destination areas. But that's one of the things that attracted us to Barangaroo is the rate of owner occupiers here and the real sense of community, and the fact that we may be in this amazing tourist precinct, and it's a real destination with beautiful sparkling water, but actually that sense of family and the sense of customer is still there.
Okay, so what are some of the key marketing activities that you undertake to really spread the word?
Yes, no, that's really interesting. So for us here, one of the things that we had to really work on was our strategic targeting for marketing when we arrived. We have a really diverse range here of customer base. So we can have, as you know, we're in the financial district, so we have a lot of corporates. We also have a large number of tourists. We have local families. We really have a huge diverse range. It's being really targeted with your marketing. So it's maintaining your local customers will always be your core clientele. So it's keeping the same ethos from Rozelle, retaining those customers, and then using marketing strategy to attract the other areas. It's definitely been a challenge, there's no doubt about it.